trip, the Chicago Bulls come back home to Chicago to face off against the Toronto Raptors. Can the Bulls pull out a dub? Their second in a row. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content. Chicago Bulls are taking on the Toronto Raptors today in Chicago. We got big major injury to Patrick Williams. I want to talk a little bit about that to start off the show. The injury that Patrick Williams has is literally a hugely painful injury. It's fluid inside the bone marrow. And when you think about all the different little bones you have in your foot, that can be an extremely painful injury. And the fact that P. Will was saying, hey, they're making me sit out, I thought I could have played on it, just shows, like, y'all be calling P. Will soft. He's not soft, like, physically. Like, the dude deals with some pain. He may not go hard on the basketball court, but P. Will's injury is major. And the thing about it is that I know they said they'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks, but fully expect that to probably be extended a little bit. It's an extremely difficult injury in the foot to get healed. Basically, the only thing that's going to heal it is him being completely immobile and inactive. So, we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully, P. Will can come back in that 2 weeks. That gives him, about 6 weeks left in the season before the season is over with at that point in time. But, man, it's a big injury to Patrick Williams. And so you're going to need other players to step up. This could open up minutes for Julian Phillips, Dalen Terry to really show out and perform the ways that we hopefully that they can. Julian Phillips is going to get more opportunity and burn in this game as well. But it's a major injury, man. And it sucks that P. Will, went down with that injury. And that probably equates to why his aggressiveness fell off so much, right? Because during that initial stretch without Zach LaVine, P. Will was killing it. And for him to fall off as much as to go back to kind of passive P, he was probably dealing with a lot more pain and not able to be as mobile as he wanted to be. So prayers up for a speedy recovery to P. Will. We definitely don't want to see him stay down. We need him. But yeah, with that said, the Bulls face off against the Toronto Raptors today. We were the first team to face this team after their most recent trade for Bruce Brown, in which they sent out Pascal Siakam, and they played us really tight. I think we still won that game, but they played us really close. And so the Bulls know that this is the opponent you cannot overlook. You can't overlook him. I don't care what the talent says. I don't care who they got out in this game. I don't give a damn about none of that. You cannot overlook this team, and especially with the way that Scotty Barnes has been playing here this season, definitely breakout candidate. Still should be Kobe White. A little biased there when it comes to that. But, so that's definitely a thing as well to look out for in this game. Can the Bulls avoid a letdown against the Toronto Raptors? This is another team you do not want to allow getting on the shooting stretch because if they get hot, it can turn into a long night for the Chicago Bulls. So Bulls defense got to be on point, as it is in most of our wins and things like that. We got to be on point defensively. We cannot come out here and crap the bed against the Toronto Raptors because they're going to go on a run. And how we weather that run is going to be hugely telling to how the Chicago Bulls are going to be able to stay in or not in this game overall. And then, of course, rebounding. We need to take advantage of the things that we can. This is another game where theoretically, Andre Drummond, Nikola Vucevic should be able to do a lot for the Chicago Bulls. We got to play this one close. We cannot come in this game lacking at all. I said it before. I say it again. The Bulls have to come in this game and stand on business. That's just it. I know it's slang and things like that. Like, they got to come in and be about their business. They got to execute. They got to control their controllables, shoot the ball well, play as a team. Do not get into that your turn, my turn bullshit. The Bulls got to come in this game, and they got to play really tough in this because this is a Toronto Raptors team that always, it doesn't matter the personnel. Yes, Jakob Poeltl could be out in this game. We'll see if we can take advantage of that. RJ Barrett's already listed as out in this game, but you cannot overlook this team. Gabe Vincent can step up and put some points on you. We've seen it. Denny Schroeder has come in and put some points on us before in games with different teams. You don't want to allow that in this game. Of course, with Poeltl out, that definitely opens up more for Vooch and Drum to have a bigger impact on this game. Poeltl's one of those players that just gives Vooch problems. If Poeltl ends up not playing, cool there. But Listen, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that one. Really, really looking forward to this game, though. I hope the Bulls play the way that we know that they can play, and then we come in and get the win. Let's hope for a win, Haize. See Red, if they win, I'm running around my house saying, let's go Bulls. Hey, that's what you should do every win anyway, brother. What's with all the foot injuries? I wish P. Will was healthy. However, I'm glad this will force Billy to give Phillips, and Dalen some tick. Oh, Phillips, Julian Phillips. I thought you were trying to say P. Will. Let's see if they can break in the rotation, go Bulls. They kind of have to, right? They kind of have to in this game. So, I think that at least Julian Phillips has shown I deserve to get off the bench before Terry Taylor. So let's hope that he plays in this game and that he can give Billy Donovan more reasons to play him in other games. If Porter or Young is starting center, Nikola Vucevic needs to eat. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, they did announce that Poto and Quickly are out for sure. Okay. All right. Again, can't overlook this team. I don't give a damn. You can't overlook this team. Jokester says, what's the point of playing if we play every team with the most of their players out and then everyone acting like we're playing good basketball? We're playing a D-grade teams and barely winning. Well, I would say you have to actually understand basketball, and we've beat teams that are considerably better than us with their players. So it's not just like that. You got also it's the style of play that Bulls fans are playing. What would you rather them lose? Like, this argument is always weird to me because people say stuff like this is like, okay, would you rather them lose against teams with their players out? I don't. You got to win the game so you can control. We don't have Zach, Lonzo, Pat, or Craig. This team could look different when we move on from Zach and get a player who can contribute to winning. If we do something with Lonzo, you never know. I mean, listen, this front office being willing and open to trading Lonzo Ball's contract, which we did here, it changes a lot, right? Because now that tells me that you actually are trying to make a deal happen. And well, at least you're looking into deals that are going to improve your team now and in the future. So if the Bulls do end up moving on from Lonzo Ball's contract, it would be unexpected, but at the same time, it would signify that this team is really trying to step up, that they're trying to find the best deals possible to improve this team. And that I got to give them some credit for if they're able to do it and execute it. But you got to be able to do it. You don't get we're not a participation trophy household here in the Johnson household. I don't give a damn about participation trophies. You ain't get no participation trophies. Sit your ass down. You ain't do shit. But if this front office actually gets in the game and tries to make a move to improve this team and can find one, if you use Lonzo Ball's contract, whatever else, can't knock you for that. Can't knock you. JK says, is there structural damage or is it just pain tolerance? Well, it's not structural damage. But it's inflammation and fluid in the foot. So that it could develop into a bone bruise is what I read. And keep in mind, bone bruises, if you can develop that, that's where you start getting into serious damage. That's what happened with Lonzo. So, but again, completely different injury. I'm not trying to make anybody afraid to think that the same thing can happen with Pat. It can't. Completely different place of the body, the foot versus the knee. But you can get a bone bruise if you don't take care of it. So I think Io's just pacing himself. And once Kobe gets just a little bit more comfortable, Io's going to go off. But I really be feeding other players. I mean, I don't think it wouldn't make any sense for Io to be like, oh, you know what? I'm not even going to cook right now. Nah, if Io's playing the way that he plays, man, and he's playing really great basketball for the Chicago Bulls. Cameron in the building says, how was your day? Bulls getting the win tonight. Let's hope so, bro. Hope so. My day is going well. That will make it even better. Been saying I thought Patrick had a foot injury for a while. I knew it. There's telltale signs, jumping, elevation, but even more trying to stop fast after sprinting would be excruciating. I mean, we knew he had a foot injury, right? I think we knew that there was something going on with his foot, or was it the ankle? But, this is, it's definitely major. Another year, another major blow to the team with an injury. If P. Will doesn't recover soon, expected to be a long remainder of the season without him. Fuck, man, just fuck. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. P. Will, especially when, like I said, that first stint when Zach was out, was playing extremely well for us. But I do think that we can take care of the production P. Will gives players. It's of course gonna make your bench even lighter, things like that. But we can perform well. Torrey Craig's about 3 weeks away from return as well. So let's see. It's so funny how we talk bad about players on our team as fans, and we don't even know the injuries and the mental health that they go through. I mean, listen, that injury is super painful. So I feel you. It's been a while since we've been hit with injury bug like P. Will, Zach Vooch, and Caruso at times. But good thing about this is everyone has surprisingly stepped up with these players out. Next man up mentality. Quentin from Let's Talk Bulls. Hate seeing Pat have to sit out. Yes, absolutely. And Quentin, I know I was supposed to hit you up last night. So the reason you guys don't have a members only video yet isn't because of Quentin. Actually, I literally sat down with my son last night to eat dinner and stuff and watch a movie. And when I tell you my old ass passed out until I had to do Locked on Bulls basically at 11, yeah, there's some shit there. Kyle Talkins says, wish we would bring in Sanogo a little bit with the P. Will injury. Although I don't know how he fits at the 4. Excited to see if Julian Phillips can step up again like he did Sunday. Yeah, I mean, listen, in a perfect world, yeah, you would like to see Adama Sanogo get some opportunity, but I really don't think Sanogo has the lateral quickness to play the 4 in the NBA, especially not like against a team like this where Scotty Barnes is their starting 4. But listen, Sanogo is going to get his opportunity. It may not be this season, but the way that Sanogo has performed in the G League, his time's coming at some point. It's coming at some point. Props to P. Will for playing and asking to play with an injury that accurately painful. Poor Patty Cakes? You call that man Patty Cakes? Did I say Gabe Vincent? Definitely meant Gary Trent. Did I say Gabe Vincent? Why? Well, I have no idea. Listen, I'm tired. I'm telling you, there must be an evil star overhead which curses feet. Did I tell you I broke both my feet in the last 18 months, 6 months apart? Feet curse is real. That's crazy. To break both your feet is wild. I have a feeling that Zach will stay and be back after the trade deadline, then start to play well. And I will feel frustrated if this happens, as it would be typical Bulls thing to happen. Well, Jokester, here's the thing. The Bulls don't have to move Zach LaVine right now. He's under contract for 3 more years. And as I pointed out before, if Zach's contract is the difficult piece to move, let's say that the noise of no trademark or whatever, it comes down to the contract. Keep in mind, in the offseason, teams will have more cap space to absorb Zach's contract in. So whereas right now during the season, they would have to match the $40 million on Zach LaVine's contract. If you're a team that's 15, 20 million dollars below the salary cap, you now only have to match $20 million of Zach LaVine's salary, which then you're also creating a trade exception. And so that's another benefit. So there's definitely other avenues that the Bulls can go. I don't think it's all for naught or it's a fail if the Bulls don't get it done before the end of the season. I do think there are some benefits of it waiting to offseason if that were to happen. Not saying that's going to happen, but if that were to happen, there are some benefits to that, brother. Some. Not saying it's like astronomically more beneficial, but there are some benefits to it. What up, family? And wishing people speedy recovery. Julian Phillips, time to shine. Hey, listen, I know that we're all thinking right now that Julian Phillips is going to get some minutes, but let's keep in mind, this is a Billy Donovan coach team. Do not be surprised at all if Terry Taylor plays today instead of Julian Phillips. I wouldn't be shocked at it at all. Not because I want it to happen, not because Terry Taylor is better than Julian Phillips. It's because Billy goddamn Donovan is the head coach of this team, and anything is possible when that happens. I see Phillips getting a big pop from the home crowd tonight. Hopefully it's a good game. First of all, getting a big pop is crazy. No, you guys know wrestling. You know what that means. I'll be so glad when the trade deadline is here and gone, ready to get back to just basketball. Hey, bro, you and me, same. Absolutely same. I'm on Vooch head. He better play decent, not good, not great, just decent. That's funny. Veronica says, can you officially categorize P. Will as injury prone? Year after year, that's not true. He played all 82 games last season, and he played 78 games his rookie season. He's only 4 years into the league. He has 2 major injuries over 4 years. That's not injury prone. To me, you can't categorize that as injury prone. So, no. And then keep in mind, he came back a month and a half early from the wrist injury that he had that people expected him to miss the whole season. So, no, I can't label Patrick Williams as injury prone. Injuries are going to happen. Having 2 over 4 years, that's not injury prone to me. And if it is only out 2 weeks, it's 2 weeks. That's relatively a short amount of time. So in the NBA season, so I can't give him the label of injury prone yet. Can't do it. D-Dub says, sup, Haize. I know that you said that 500 is nothing to be proud of, but I think we can win the next 3 games and finally get back there. Orlando keeps losing. We're catching up on that AC. I never said that getting to 500 was nothing to be proud of. I said just getting to 500 is nothing to be proud of. If you get to 500 and then lose 4 more games, it's nothing to be proud of then. I'm just saying, let's not look at getting to 500 being the goal. Let's get to 500 and stay there or above for the rest of the season. That's all I meant by that. But yeah, definitely can catch the 8 seed. The 7 seed is going to be a little bit difficult. 6 seed, we'd have to go on an astronomical run while they lose some, but we definitely can get to the 8 seed. We definitely can do that. I think P. Will and Julian can play together. Who plays for it is a good question, though. Pat has the strength on defense, but Jay can jump out of the gym and get rebounds. Well, I mean, he can jump out of the gym and get rebounds anywhere. I do think there's a world in which they can play together. It's not either or, right? They can, modern NBA, they can definitely play together. I'm at the game, Haize. I hope the Bulls can pull this dub. Hey, let's hope so, Sydney. Let's hope so. Poto officially out. Vooch and Drum better eat. Yes, they got to eat. Got to eat. Jack Holland says, let's go Bulls. We beat them in Portland. Now let's do it in Chicago. We beat the Toronto Raptors in Portland? I want to see Vooch strong in the paint tonight. It has to show Ayton who the 7-footer is. Yeah, we're not playing the Portland Trailblazers, bro. You really think we're playing the Portland Trailblazers? We're not playing the Portland Trailblazers. So, yeah. Probably Billy will only play JP against weaker teams. First of a back-to-back, though, might manage some minutes there. Well, no, I hope he does play. I'm just saying that, we're assuming that just because Patrick Williams is out, Julian Phillips is going to play. You really can't do that, not with a Billy Donovan coach team. Casey reported earlier that Billy is likely going to play double big lineup with Drum and Vooch. If this happens, I think the dumbass needs to consider bringing up Sanogo to play the backup 5. That's interesting to do, especially when you lack size. But we've did it before. I think the Toronto Raptors is one of the teams that I think we ran like a 10-minute stretch with Vooch and Drum out there before with them. But with Poto now out, I don't know if we do. I don't know with Poto out that we do. We can even get to the 7th seed. Magic and Heat are tied after the Heat are on the 7th game losing streak. Yeah, but I still think that Heat team is going to turn it around. I think, they're working out some things right now. I think Terry Rozier being there, I expect the Miami Heat to go on a serious run here at some point in time. Maybe it doesn't happen after the All-Star break. So, we'll see. 2 games below them right now, technically for the 7th seed. I've learned not to bet against the Miami Heat with Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler. That's just a dangerous combination. Did you hear that Vooch 3-point shooting percentage is the worst in the whole NBA for guys who take the amount of threes per game he does? And he has the 3rd worst in the past few years. Yeah, that's why we say Vooch stop shooting so many goddamn threes. Period. Phillips had a good game. Billy is about to sit him for a month. That's crazy. That's crazy. This is one of the games I wouldn't mind playing Vooch and Drummond together. Again, considering the Raptors are still a good rebounding team, so far playing them together has been better than we thought. It's been better at some cases. It's been worse. Now, I will say this. Billy Donovan has used it in the right scenarios and situations, so that definitely helps as well because Bubblegum Donovan, you never know. You never know. What you doing? Low-key. What are you doing? Why are you making all that damn noise, bro? Chill out. It's okay. Chill out. All right? I'm sorry. Am I too loud for you? All right. Go sit down. Sorry, y'all. Low-key had to make his podcast appearance. So there it goes. Y'all seen Low-key. Love the shirt. This is actually one of the more subtle Chicago Bulls shirts I have. I love it too. It's a really nice shirt. You just gonna stay in the camera now? Okay. All right. Watching these pregame streams has become a ritual now. Hey, that's a good thing. We like to hear that. Like to hear that. I fully expect Billy to put Terry Taylor at the 5 and go into the press conference saying he wanted to try something. Oh, facts. Absolutely. Didn't Vooch bitch about taking too many threes? Well, he didn't bitch about taking too many threes, but he did say that without his 3-point shot, he's still a damn good center. And I've said it before, though. It's not just Vooch. Like, I know, and he's the one taking the shot, so he can't absolve himself for some of the responsibility. But the thing is that Vooch has to kind of stretch the floor because DeMar needs room to go to work. They start their offense from the same spot. That's part of the reason why this team doesn't work the best, right? The pieces together. Is his name Loki or low key? It's Loki, like the god of mischief. That's his name. And he just peeped his head around the corner like, why are you saying my name, bro? For 145 watching, 25 likes. Listen, the discrepancy on that is crazy. If I see Terry Taylor tonight, I low-key may put 32 holes in my wall in honor of his jersey number. That's crazy. You got to fix that, though, my guy. Drummond looks like he gets tired a lot quicker when he has to play power forward minutes. I also think his endurance is why he doesn't get consistent minutes. That could be a thing. I've never looked at it like that, but it definitely could be a thing. Haize, have you ever considered doing the Bulls TV broadcast with Stacey King? The two of you would be the best duo since Stacey King teamed up with Neil Funk. Listen, do you really think, let's be clear here, you really think the Chicago Bulls would think about putting my ass on a TV broadcast? The same guy who tells people they mama should have swallowed him live on stream? You think that the Chicago Bulls look, don't get me wrong, I got some access to the Bulls. I know a few people on their media team. We cool. But do you think that they are going to look at me and what I do here and say, hey, Haize, we want to put you on national TV on CBS Sports Chicago? That's a liability. That is a lie. Do you know the insurance checks that they would have to file to the FCC because I may accidentally slip up and be like, son of a bitch, live on air? I'm not trained. I'm untamed. I'm crazy. I keep telling y'all I'm crazy. You think that the Bulls are going to consider putting me on live TV? I wouldn't even set them up like that. Jerry Reinsdorf is already cheap. You know the amount of FCC fines Jerry Reinsdorf would have to pay to have Haize on national television? Do you know that? I couldn't even take a check for it. That's crazy. JK says Vooch needs to back motherfuckers down and use that footwork to score in the low post and use the perimeter pick and pops. You're not wrong. Watching the live streams is a part of watching the games at this point. Thank you for that, Quinn. I appreciate you guys, man. Do you have any predictions and or trades you like the Bulls to go after? I don't do that. Like, I'm not the guy who like comes up with trade predictions. I talk about whatever's rumored and reported, but I don't do a lot of the trade scenario content. That's just, it's not, I'm too literal of a thinker. It's just something in my brain doesn't work right with it. Do you think Dalen is a player that played the least amount of minutes, the rookie year for the draft selection, and has played very few, has hit their ceiling? No, he hasn't even sniffed his ceiling yet. Haize, I just saw your IG post. I almost forgot I posted it. That's crazy. That's crazy. That IG post is crazy. If Haize was on NBC Chicago, half the broadcast would be beeped out. Exactly. That's funny. That's crazy. To be honest, people would hate it, but I wouldn't mind playing Terry Taylor two today. Not over Phillips, but if Billy plays Drummond and Vooch together at times to give the rest, I would give Terry a few ticks. That is valid. That is a valid reason to use some of Terry Taylor, right? Kobe and Io can be dangerous in the backcourt. Oh, for sure. For sure. Vooch really on go to the post on smaller players, which is fine, but he sometimes seems timid going against Joel, but not Jokic. Here's the thing. Vooch, sometimes they don't identify him when he has a smaller player, but a lot of times he does pass out as well. And I don't understand. We're in NBA purgatory right now, the worst place to be, even if we can go to or and above 500. No, that's not NBA purgatory. That's not the worst place to be right there. Per Casey Johnson, updated story on Patrick Williams with Billy Donovan saying Torrey Craig is moving closer and closer to playing. Well, thank God, because we need it. We need those minutes. We've been missing Torrey Craig, and I would love to have Torrey Craig back on this team. Would love to have him back on this team. You will call Zach LaVine a little B on TV. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be that bad. Jack Collins says, yeah, my bad. I don't know why I thought we played them back to back. Been a long day, I guess. It's no worries, bro. I just had to mess with you, man. I wish you could take Adam Amin's job. We wouldn't have Adam glazing the other team, and Haize would tell us the truth. Like last game, why is DeAndre Ayton's head twice as old as his body? That's crazy. But the thing is, if I ever were to, that means that the pregame, the halftime hangouts, and postgame show go away. That would mean that. Do you guys really want to get rid of me? Would you rather see me on national TV, or would you rather have these live streams? I'd rather do the live streams. I'd rather do the live streams. Am I crazy for saying that? Probably. I was crazy before I said it, though. So there's that. I don't know why I thought I heard something coming through the headphones. Rondo 2 Raw says, absolutely can't wait to hear that we traded for Hero and Jovic. Don't know if that's going to happen, brother. Haize, do you agree with Shannon Sharp that Taylor Swift is bigger than Beyonce now? It's crazy because she's 1 year younger than me and is overshadowed in the Super Bowl right now. Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, Taylor Swift is the biggest star in music right now worldwide. When you look at her documentary, that movie they came out with was #1 for weeks. It just is. It is what it is. Quentin says, "Nah, give me the videos every day." See, that's what it comes down to. Not gonna lie, seeing Haize cussing out their Bulls players on NBC may be just what they need to start playing. Hey, listen, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't want that, because literally, I'll be in Patrick Williams' ear every day, like, motherfucker, I'm 5'11", 5'11", and I guarantee you I can get more rebounds than you. Get your big ass out there and play basketball before I smack the holy shit out of you. I will smack hellfire and brimstone out your pottery loving ass. Get your shit together, man. Get your shit together. Humble Servant says, live stream, my boy. To keep it real, you're awesome, and I love Stacy, but he can't say what he wants because he works for Jerry. There's definitely a little bit of that, I would probably say as well. That's a Bulls tee? Yeah. You don't see the Chicago Bull right here? You don't see that? Yes. Come on now. Whenever I ever came on the live stream without a Chicago Bulls tee. Let's get it straight, man. What are we talking about? As long as you're on TV or internet, we'll be watching. I appreciate that, man. And I appreciate the love and support and growth of this channel. I don't know if most of you guys probably don't follow me over on Twitter, but I posted on Twitter the fact a couple of days ago that so this channel in 2023 had a little over 3.5 million views. So the whole channel over 3.5 million views. So far, we were 27 days into January, and we've now passed 1.3 million views on this channel in just the month of January. So I listen, and like I said before, I may be the host of this show, but I am not cocky enough or wrapped up in myself enough to think that I am the reason why this channel is as successful as what it is. It's not just me. It's Steve-O. It's the Cognac Boys. It's Big Kev that helped contribute to this channel. It's you guys for being such a great and amazing live audience that really helps grow the show. I suck at promoting this show. I do it better now than what I did the first year of the show, but I know the word spreads on the show from you guys. And I know that because, you know how many people hit me up and they're like, yeah, I was in a bar or whatever, and somebody saw me with a Bulls hat and they asked, do you watch Chicago Bulls Central? Like, it's stuff like that. And so as we near episode 1000, we're 31 days away from episode 1000. 1,000 straight days of doing this show. The episode 1000 live stream we're going to do isn't just a celebration of getting to where we've gotten to. It's a celebration of you guys. And, you know, I talk a lot of shit. I have my sentimental moments. I'm a Sagittarius, sue me. But it really does mean the world to me. So, like, as much as you guys say, like, watching the pregame shows become a ritual, watching somebody said watching Chicago Bulls Central has become law for Bulls fans, whatever it is, that shit means the world to me. And I can't stress enough just how much that means to me and how much I really appreciate you guys for the growth of this channel, man. But all right, enough of the sappy shit. Let's move on. I got to talk shit about somebody at some point just to kind of cleanse the palate of that sappy shit. Now, I actually didn't see the Bulls. Not gonna lie, I saw the top, and it looks like a shiesty. What are we talking about? I must have missed something. We love the channel because it's real shit, and you be fast as fuck with the news. Hey, listen, ain't too many content creators to keep up me with that one. You deserve the views. The consistency and love for the team shows each and every time. Thank you for that, brother. Thank you. Reginald Short, this is the only show where we can honestly discuss how black millionaires be having fucked up haircuts and can't dress to save their lives. Hey, listen, man, it's crazy. We're crazy. You are real. My manager and I are long time Bulls fans, and we both have been listening to you for a while now. Top tier educational and entertaining content. I appreciate that. And here's the thing. I also hold myself accountable. When I first started this show, it was nothing but meathead. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still deliver the breaking news, but I think now I've learned to kind of describe and break down the game in a way that helps people learn the game, I hope. So yeah, I appreciate that, man. It means a lot. Definitely means a lot. Great news on Craig for sure. For sure. Big fan Breezy. We on your heels. Nets taking the spot. Hey, worry about holding on to your own players. You know, it's always funny to me when fans of other teams come in other channels talking shit, because that just lets me know that we are on your mind more than you're on our mind. Because I can tell you what, there's been nobody in any of these live streams that have been like, hey, the Brooklyn Nets, though. I'm glad that you're thinking about us, though. Keep listening. I understand there are no really good Brooklyn Nets podcasts other than like Locked On Nets, because most people are not real Brooklyn Nets fans. So I understand you got to come here to have really good basketball conversation. We appreciate to keep giving you guys that, man. Appreciate that. Amo says, been here for a year now. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Of life and my wife loves your show. Hey, I appreciate that. Why we brat y'all twice? Bro, you can't even spell beat right. Like, what are we talking about? You can't even spell beat right. Like, if you're gonna talk shit, at least talk sensibly, bro. Don't make it easy on me to flame you. Come on, man. You gotta do better. Know better and you do better, bro. Know better and you do better. No, but if I didn't know you were a fellow podcast. Listen, everybody who does this, bro, all jokes aside, I talk shit, so please don't take offense to it. But everybody who does podcasts and does it for the love of their team, you always get love from me, bro. Like, so all jokes aside, man. Matter of fact, hit me up on Twitter. When we play you guys again, you're free to come on the pregame show. I love to collab with you, bro. So hit me up on social media, man. Next time our teams play each other, let's link up and do something. So there you go, man. Definitely appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm going to talk my shit. Best believe I'm going to talk my shit, but that doesn't mean it's not all love, man. Not many more places Bulls fans could come talk ball, roast the shit out of people, talk music, and have the weirdest fucking convos like so and so is a gigolo. Oh, Quentin absolutely is a gigolo. Absolutely is a gigolo. Absolutely is a gigolo, man. I'm here now, big dog. Let's get it. What's going on, Ant the big homie? Glad to have you in the building, bro. He says, no, likewise up. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever watched me before. I talk shit. I really don't mean anything by it. But yeah, definitely let's link, bro. Let's collab. Always love collabing with people. Lots of fans don't realize how much the schedule and matchups matter for the game, from the game, the game, if you're not one of the best teams in the league, to just try and get a winning streak together. Yeah, schedule does play a big part in that. The way that you build up that momentum. I think a lot of things that we don't, and me too, that we don't as fans always talk about is like the days of rest between. Like, that's something that I really, until this season, I didn't really look at like the numbers of days rest. The Bulls to start the season got the least amount of rest days of anybody in the league. They're going to get the most here on the back half of the season. So maybe that could definitely help them. Let's talk Bulls. He back though, but copy that. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Hey, we all it's all love in here, man. You better not collaborate with Bulls Digest, or I might have to roll up. Oh, you ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about that. Ain't got to worry about that, y'all. Nah, my first time in here. Well, congrats, bro. Thanks for stepping up, man. You excited about Simmons making his return? I don't even mean that to talk shit. Like, legit, are you excited about Simmons making his return? Breezy A definitely came back strong for y'all last game. What? I don't know what happened. If Haize ever wants to shit on someone, he'd send them free tickets to the Nelly concert or on a trip to Cleveland. Hey, listen, if I send you tickets for a trip to Cleveland, I'm murdering you. Like that's a sign that I'm coming to murder you because that's the worst city in the world. So yeah, definitely. If I send you tickets to the Nelly and Ja Rule concert, that just means I don't like you. That just means I don't like you. Bro, that Mooney Long song gotta be the best R&B song I've heard in over a decade. That's crazy. Brandon L. Jet, the general's in the building. So sorry I'm late. Haize, you all good, bro. We got real lives, man. Been sharing your content with folks at the firm, big law firm. Everyone loves you, especially after the show where you called me an effing asshole, and now they think you're an excellent judge of character too. That's hilarious. First of all, Archangel works for a law firm. Archangel is rich. Y'all look out for Archangel, man. She's rich. Cleveland is not so bad. It's not so good either. Cleveland is a terrible city. Cleveland can kick rocks. I mean, Cleveland is a rock. There's a lot of cocaine sold there as well. So, gotta look out for it. Gotta look out for it. But yeah, but really excited about this game tonight, guys. Man, I really hope the Bulls they come in and they play well. Don't have a letdown game against the Toronto Raptors, especially not at home. The Bulls have won 6 straight home games, which I think they said this is the longest streak since like mid 2000, something like that. So let's see if the Bulls can get another dub in here, man. Haize is going to roast you if he hates you. He's going to have you listen to the Nicki diss track. That's crazy. All right, see, and this is where Jose, if you're going to correct somebody, pay attention to what the fuck I said, Jose. Come on, bro. What you doing, chip mouth? Get your shit together. I said at the point that I tweeted it, it was 27 days into January. Did you not hear me say I tweeted this a couple days ago and then I read the tweet? If you're going to correct me, correct your one titty auntie. Don't come for me. What the fuck are you doing? Get your shit together, bro. Get your shit together. You might as well go enchilada somebody in this motherfucker. What we talking about, bro? All jokes, fam. I'm just fucking with you. Haize is gonna roast you if he hates you. He's gonna have you listen to the Nicki. Oh, I already read that. That Nicki diss track is trash. It's trash. Haize, you need help, and you should be getting a check. You are insanely witty and great analysis. Thank you. I get a check. Don't get me wrong. I get my YouTube check every month. But listen, it is what it is outside of that. Like I said, if anybody sponsors me or anything like that, the light went out. That's crazy. The light went out. Let's go ahead and turn off the other one for symmetry because that'll drive me crazy and I have both of them out. What's good, Haize? This is going to be a good game. Let's get the WC red. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hopefully Io had a great game today. Had a great game. Are you writing in from the future? You writing in for the future? That's crazy. Haize pro chip. What I do? It's actually kind of fun knowing we will get to watch the young guys tonight. Maybe I'm crazy. No, definitely fun. Definitely fun. We got the starters out. Let's go ahead and get these starters off. Let's see who we got in here today. I don't expect any surprises, but let's see. Starters for today: Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, Alex Caruso, DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola Vucevic. That's your starter lineup for today. One titty auntie crazy. Hey, listen. Haize, do you think Toronto made the right decision in building their team around Scotty Barnes? Listen, I mean, I think it's the right decision for now. I think that you have to build your team around somebody, right? Much like we had to build it around Zach LaVine's skill set. He was the best that we had. You have to build it around somebody, but that doesn't mean that you can't pivot if you get somebody better in there. But you got to pick a direction for your team. And so they had a lot of high contracts that they had to get that done and moved on. Unfortunately, I have to correct you when you said the Bulls won 6 straight home games. They didn't because they lost to the Warriors. Let's take a look. Dun, 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 dun. So the game we lost against the Warriors was it was there. You're right. Okay. So yeah, we didn't win 6 straight. You're right. I overlooked that Warriors game. Good fact check on that, Matthew. I've been on the show long enough to see a couple of lights go out. That's kind of crazy. Hey, listen, the lights go out, man. The lights go out. Sometimes I forget to charge them, man. Just one. Just one. Just one. It still blows my mind how tough Toronto plays the Bulls defensively every single time, bro. It does not matter. Doesn't matter who's on in or out for the Toronto Raptors. They always play us tough. It never fails. Never fails. Hey, Haize, what would a team built around Kobe look like? I mean, listen, the benefit about Kobe's skill set is you can build any team around Kobe. You can build it around other shooters, taking advantage of his ability to shoot and to drive. You can build it with defensive 3 and D guys. Like, there's a lot of different ways. So it really depends on who that second best player is. Marco says at this point in time, get rid of Zach Lasagna for a bag of chips. No, that's stupid. You don't just get rid of. We're not in the position where we just got to get rid of Zach LaVine to get rid of Zach LaVine. Is the one titty a D cup? Wow, that's crazy. Wow, really small lineup today. Yeah, same lineup we ran last game as well. Archangel, let's talk Bulls agree. And the young guys are fun to watch, gives me hope. Let's hope that's the case, man. Let's hope that's the case. Oh, I missed this one from JK. Do you think Io has reached his ceiling, or do you think he can improve this offseason? I saw your video, your video on Io. No, I don't think he's reached his ceiling yet. It's crazy. What is he, 24? No, you can't say that he reaches his ceiling yet. Now, how much that ceiling can still rise may be a little bit lower, but no, I don't think he's reached the ceiling yet. I think there's refinement to do. I think the game's still slowing down for him some. So no, I don't think he's reached any type of ceiling quite yet. All I'm going to say is I'm going to be smoking that Toronto pack if the Bulls win. I fucking hate that city, and Toronto fans in general, they're equally as bad when it comes to football. Well, I like Toronto, the city. Toronto fans, though, are terrible. Definitely terrible. I'm sure you went over this a bunch, but who are some guys you would like to see play alongside Kobe? I don't, because I don't do the fantasy thing a lot, super duper danko. Like, now in free agency, I look at like I said, I'm too literal for some of the fantasy type booking and things like I'm just not good at that per se. So I think Iowa is going to have an amazing year next year. He's truly learning how to become an elite finisher at the rim. Yeah. Do you think this is Zach's last game as a Bull? Well, Zach's not playing in this game, so this definitely isn't Zach LaVine's last game as a Bull. But I don't know. To be honest, to answer your question seriously, honestly don't know. I go back and forth on it. Like I really have no idea. None. I wish I did, but I don't. I think Iowa's going to have an amazing year. You already read that one. That's from Quentin. Shout out to the Gigolo Quentin in the building. Wherever you live that has had the best weed. I mean, I've been to Amsterdam. I have never lived there, but I've been there. So believe. Completely agree on Io. I think he eventually will be a 6 man of the year candidate. Talk sometime in the future. Hey, I would love for that to happen. I would love for that to happen to Io and what that could mean for the team. Toronto Argos fans suck, Haize. Take my word for it. I don't listen. I'm not gonna argue with you on that one. Listen, Drake. They produced Drake. That says enough. Can we trade Zach for a pudding cup? No, we can't. No, we can't. Now, JDH can get you free pudding cups. I don't know if you're gonna like where the pudding cups come from, but JDH can definitely get you some pudding cups because, yeah. Would you like if we would get Clay back in the Zach trade? Hell no. Hell no. Hell fucking no. No. No, thank you. Don't like it. No. Io's going to be an all-start next season. An all-start? Is that like this? Like an all-start? Like is that like a company? What are we talking about? The artist formerly known as Drake, now known as Anita Max Win. That's crazy. That's hilarious, actually. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap it up, man. I love you guys, man. I'll be back at halftime for the halftime show. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the like button on your way out as well. If you're a YouTube watcher and not a podcast viewer or a listener, go over to the podcast side, whether it be on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Leave me a 5-star review there because you can't leave reviews here on YouTube. I appreciate you guys, man. I'll see you guys back at halftime. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See Red, y'all.